Welcome! Today I want to show you just some different ways to make accordion style pages for your books, and then I'll show you how to complete a couple of accordion books. Accordion books are simply books that have pages that go back and forth like this. They're also called concertina, and you can either have them with hard covers, or you can just use a soft cover, or even just the paper itself. This is a thicker, almost like a watercolor paper that was used for this book. This book just uses computer printer paper, and then two flaps were glued on of scrapbook paper for the ends. And this particular style of book, which I have another video about, does not require any glue or sewing except to glue your pages together, like if there's a flap and you want to expand your accordion pages, and then if you want to glue these end flaps on. But the cover does not require any glue, and inserting the pages in it does also not require any glue. This is a little hardcover book that uses slightly stiffer paper for the pages, and then because there are so many of the pages, you can just wrap string around in between each page and then all the way around the back cover, and this keeps them from falling out, which they're always attached to the covers, but I'll show you, this one does not have any of the strings on the outside, and you can, stretch it out. And then I also have another video about this kind of book, which is also an accordion style, you can see. But on one side there is an illustration, and then on the other side are pockets where you can either put cards or small booklets. And this particular one has a hardcover on it, and I have another one that I completed in that video that just uses the paper from the illustration, and then the pockets are on the other side. There are a few ways to get started with accordion style books, accordion style pages, and if you don't care about the specific size, like if you're just starting a book and you're going to use hard covers like this, or a hardcover like this, you can actually begin with your blank sheets of paper, or if you have drawn on this. And this is the simplest way, but if you have already folded a book cover, then you really need to measure the pages and how large you want them, wide as well as how tall. So in that case you have to use a slightly different approach. But I'm going to start out with the approach where you just start out with your pages. First you want to fold a horizontal page in half, and if you can kind of go at it like a wave and hold your finger there and then line it up so that it is even. You don't want it shifted like this or going over like that. You want it to be very even, and then you hold that down and you pull your fingers back that way, and then you can use a bone folder or the back of a pencil or something like that to crease it more. If you just use your fingernail, you will wear it down if you keep doing it very often. Okay, and then we're going to unfold it and bring this in and fold it all the way to that crease. But don't go over the crease, otherwise your pages will not be uniform. And in this case I'm going to go ahead and fold it the other direction now. And you can actually fold it this direction too, with the crease folding up like a mountain. Slide it in. Don't go over the crease though, and it's a little bit easier to find the spot where you need to stop on the underside. Okay, So there we have a set of 1, 2, 3, 4 pages on this side and then 4 pages on that side. If you want to color on both sides. Like in this book, I have artwork and writing on both sides. In this one, the content is only on one side of the pages, and this side is just the markers that showed through. So you can kind of keep an open mind about what you're going to do at this point, and you just fold several sheets that way until you are satisfied with how long you want it. But you will be trimming one of these pages a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that as soon as I am done folding a few. Okay, so I have 3 folded sheets here ready to combine because obviously they need to be stuck together in order to be a complete set of pages. Now you want to do that by cutting one of these flaps back so that it is just a little bit over, like 3/4 of an inch works. Okay, so here I'm going to line up my fold on this line right here, and then you can go 1/2 an inch or 3/4 of an inch. It's up to you. And then you can keep these little pieces of paper for another, like a miniature book. Okay. And then see which direction your next one will be adhered to this. So I have this set up the correct way. I'm just using a glue stick for this, but you can use other kind of glue as well. Then you slide this all the way down to the fold, and you've just increased the length of your accordion. Now notice these 2 folds are in the opposite direction, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just keep in mind that if you put hard covers on this, they're going to be oriented like this, so that one will look like it's opening this way and the other will look like it's opening this way. Okay? Or this way. So you'll have like 4 different ways, whereas this one, the 2 ends are folding the same direction, so it feels more like an actual book. You can also just adhere one side of this to the hardcover, and then the rest of this can just fold out so that it makes it easier to include content on both sides, and then it folds up and fits in between the covers. So I'm going to go ahead and glue another one on the end. So if you have an odd number of evenly folded accordions that you glue together, the 2 ends will be the same direction. So I'll do this one this way first, and then I'll do another book the other direction, or the other way. So there is a set of pages in an accordion format.